Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about marketing research and information. This will be our fourth lesson. Right. Marketing fundamentals. The code is BMM4422. Marketing information and research. This is week number 4. We will discuss today many interesting things. Most of things we have seen in our real life, but we have no idea about the exact terminologies. What we have discussed in last 3 weeks, we have talked about the nature of marketing. We discussed what is marketing. We discussed about the nature of marketing. We talk about the marketing environments, etc., etc. We talk about the customers' behaviors as well. And we also discuss about the marketing concepts and business philosophy, etc., etc. We talk about the customer satisfaction. We talk about the types of businesses, etc., etc. So we discuss these all topics in the first 3 weeks. In this class, we are going to talk about the marketing information and research. Why companies they are trying to spend a lot of money on to getting information, and they're trying to do research. They are trying to find out about the customer's behavior. They are trying to find about their competitors' information, etc., etc. So we will cover everything today. We will talk about the importance of marketing information and customers' insight, the difference between different type of marketing information available. We will talk about the main types of internally available information. We will also discuss about market intelligence and the main approaches of conducting market research. We'll discuss the main stages of marketing process, marketing research process, and then at the end we will discuss the qualitative, what is meant by qualitative, what is meant by quantitative, primary and secondary research. So these terminologies have been used commonly in our environment. So first of all, we will talk about the market research. As I said, every company, they're trying to find out about the behavior of customers. Then they're trying to find about the changes going on around the marketing, around the market, within the market. We can see here marketing is basically marketing is a business philosophy that puts the customers and customer satisfaction at the center of things. Marketing research is an organizational activity that plays an important role in the implementation of this marketing philosophy. And marketing-led companies recognize the need to be in touch with what is happening in the marketplace. So main focus of the market research is every company there basically they want to know what is going on around the marketplace. Market research can also play a role in many different activities. Market research helps companies to understand the needs and wants of consumer and help them to make marketing planning decisions. As I said, it's all about the need. It's all about they want to know about the customers' behavior, what they basically want. So companies accordingly they make changes, and then they offer that product or service accordingly. Globally, companies they're spending a lot on market research. And you can see here, global spend on marketing research is a very significant, and the UK has one of the highest as per capita spend on market research, closely followed by the France. I'll show you here. There are basically two types of market research. Number one is primary research, and second is secondary research. In primary research, we basically interact directly with the customers. We receive the data, and then accordingly we do research. However, in secondary research, we based on primary research, we just make decisions and and then we do act accordingly then. In primary research consists of collection of original primary data. It is often undertaken after the researcher has gained some insight into the issue by viewing secondary research or by analyzing previous collected primary data. It can be accomplished through the various methods, including questionnaires, telephonic interviews, various observational techniques. So in primary research, we do telephonic research. Some companies, for example, especially in energy sector, some companies they are trying to they are trying to increase their number of customers. Say what they do. They sometimes they ring to the customers and they are trying to find out, do you need any electricity or gas connections, or are you happy with your current suppliers? Do you, what type of changes do you want to see in your new suppliers? So based on these kind of different techniques, different companies they have used different techniques. Sometimes companies they conduct interviews to make market research. Sometimes they do observe. So secondary research, also known as a desk research, involves the summary, collection, and synthesis of existing research, rather than they are going to the primary research, where data is collected from, for example, research subject or or experiment. So in secondary research, they use basically those data, those has already been taken by primary research. So types of research, what is difference between qualitative research and quantitative research, we are going to discuss here. Qualitative research means we are using to obtain a detailed understanding of human behavior and the reason why consumers behave the way they do. Basically, qualitative is all about the human behavior. So what they are basically thinking, what type of product or service they want to have. Qualitative research investigate how and why of decision making, not just what, where, and when. Small focus samples are needed rather than the large group of represents. So basically, in qualitative research, in this research, we have to see how and why decisions are making, instead of just as we explained, instead of going what, where, and when. Number two is quantitative research. Quantitative research is all about statistical mathematics involved, or computers, techniques are involved in quantitative research. So systematical empirical investigation of social phenomena versus statistical, mathematical, or computational techniques. These basically techniques are used in quantitative research. Quantitative research is an data that is in numerical form, yes, such as statistic, percentage, etc., etc. So based on these statistics, companies they make decisions accordingly. Then the quantitative researchers ask specific narrow questions and collect numerical data from participants to answer the questions. So different companies they have used different questions, and then accordingly they lay out their that answer sheets, and then they prepare numerical data, and then those companies use those data accordingly for their modification of product or for their any other organizational purpose. Formats of marketing research. There are different techniques basically that has been used in marketing research. Number one is questionnaires. In the questionnaires, we usually companies goes to outside in the market and in the busy area, and then they drop questionnaires to the customers or the public, and by doing this, they will be able to find out what type of customers, their ages especially, their taste, etc. And they would like to know what type of customers behavior or what type of customers need, what they want to see in different particular products. Sometime in-depth interviews conducts to find out about the market research, to find out about the customers behavior, etc. Then focus group, there are different focus groups. They discuss, they figure out, they detailed, they make basically focus group. Basically, we already discussed that. In focus group is another marketing technique that has been a marketing research technique that has been used in focus group. About 6 to 10 people, they work together, and we used to get feedback from those people regarding a new product or service or any a new business idea. So based on that feedback, we make decision, and accordingly we act. Observational studies. This is another marketing research technique. In observational studies, basically, this studies describes the behaviors of a study as it describes, the behavior of the study. It is basically the way of collecting information and data by observation. It also refers to the particular studies because the researchers, they have established a link with the respondent, and for this they have to manage himself in the same setting as they are. So basically, in observation studies, we observe and we act accordingly. Then the last one is survey. Based on surveys, we make decisions, and we act accordingly. Then there are different type of surveys companies use. We will discuss in upcoming slides. The research, the marketing research process. Basically, as we discussed, in exploratory research, what we do, initially we contact, we do a research brief, then we provide a research proposal, we collect different data, and then we analyze that data. At the same time, we interpret it, and at the end, we write reporting and present to the management. So based on basically this information, based on this all stages, we make decision, we get information, and then we act accordingly. Then we should make a decision, the positively. Either we should go to invest, we should go to offer a new product or service, or whatever the management decision is going on. So in this diagram, we can see here, collection data is a type of descriptive or casual research. So research brief begins by setting out the marketing problems to be explored and accompany research objectives. Marketing problem might be the need to attract new customers, written to ensure it is clear and as information to refer back. Other information which will be required, the background information, for example, the company's history, source of information we should be keep in mind, and then the scale of project and the timetable. These are the more important thing when we are doing the research. The sampling process, how we can collect a sample. At first, we define the population at what radius we need to get a sample. First, if that population, if that radius has been defined, then we do research for sample framework. What type of sample we will be collecting? Either we are specific, either we have any specific sample method, or we will determine first we will simplify the sample method, and then we will determine the sample size, how much the size of sample will be. After getting these two details, we will select the sample. Here we can see a comparison of different contact methods: face-to-face, telephonic, email, and online. There are different benefits as well as disadvantages of these different methods. If we do face-to-face comparison, then you can see here use of open-end questions are high, ability to probe high, use of visual adds high, sensitivity questions medium, and the cost will be high. So based on face-to-face face-to-face research, it will be high. The cost of face-to-face research will be high, but on the same time we will get more information. We can see here the sampling, a widely disparate population will be low, response alert high, experimental control will high. Then we can see here interviewing, the control of whom complete questionnaires will be high, but there is a biasness maybe include when we are doing face-to-face questionnaires, or when we are doing face-to-face research. However, if we see the telephonic research, market research, the use of open-end questions may be the medium line, and then resources, the cost will be the level of cost will be medium in telephonic research. Then we can see sampling, the widely disparate populations will be the medium. Similarly, the interviews, there are chances that still when we are doing a telephonic research, there are still chances that interviews biasness may be occur. Then we can see here the fourth medium is emails. Email is very cheap, as well as it will be it will have a different significant impacts. We can see here use of open-end questions. We can say we can use very low. We have to be limited. Then ability to probe will be low. Use of visual ads will be high. We can use different visuals or ads when we are sending emails. Sensitivity questions will be very high. Yes, cost. The cost of sending emails is almost it will be cheap. It will be, yeah. And sampling, when we are talking about the sampling, widely dispersed population will be high. On the same with the same click, we can send thousand of people within second, and we can get feedback accordingly. Response rate will be low. However, as compared to telephonic or face-to-face, it will be vary. If we are getting if we are doing face-to-face research, then response rate will be high. On the same time, either they like, either they don't like, customers will respond immediately. When we are talking about telephonic, it will be the medium. Then when we are talking about the mail, the response rate will be low. If we have sent emails to, like, for example, 1,000 people, so might be out of 1,000, 200 or 300 people, they might be reply. So experimental control are low in email. And at the end, we can see here the interview biasness. We don't know who is sitting behind the computer. we have no idea. So there are chances that there will be no biasness will be happening here in this point. Online, everything is just because of this internet, everything is low. All we can see here, all details, all questionnaires, resources, and interviews that will be the low in this scenario. Cost will be definitely low. Interview biases will be low, and we can see here the response rate definitely it will be low. So different companies basically use different market research based on those researches they make decisions. We can see here different companies, they are spending a lot of money on market research. They want to know about the consumers' needs, what they want to look, what type of product or service they want to have. USA, they spent 20,700 in millions dollars in market research back in 2017, back in 2019. Similarly, that was 44% of the global market share. Similarly, we can see here the United Kingdom, we have spent more than 6,783 million US dollars. That was 44% of that was 14% of global market share. So similarly, you can see here the Germany, France, and China, all developed countries, they are spending a lot of money on market research, and they want to know what type of market, what type of customers they want to know different product or services. Here we can see different companies, they have spent a lot of money to find out the market research. Stages in development of questionnaires. There are 3 stages: planning stage, design, and pilot stage. We'll discuss here. Stages in the development of questionnaires. Number 1 is planning stage. This basically stage define the research problem. What we have issue, what we want to know about. Then we do exploratory research. In exploratory research, we see what type of information we need. We define the population, we target the group, and we define the survey method, what type of survey method we will be using. So planning stage, and then designing stage, and then at the end, pilot stage. These are 3 different stages. Based on these stages, we find out the questionnaires. Here we can see again, in design stage, we basically we order the topic, we find the type of questions, wording and instructions, layout, scaling problem, props and prompts, and at the end, coding. This stage, these are different layouts, and we develop these designs in the over questionnaires. And in pilot stage, we can see we do pilot test and design. Either it is successful, well and good. Otherwise, whatever the results of questionnaires, based on those questionnaires, we make decisions. Another important topic is marketing information system. Basically, is world is a global village. Just because of internet, we are acting just like a village. Within seconds, we are sending emails, we are sending SMS, and we are improving ourselves, our businesses, etc., etc. So marketing information system is very important for all companies. They are again spending a lot of money in technology. They are spending a lot of money on their information system to develop their business, to grow their businesses. Here we can see there are different factors involved in marketing information system. External scanning we do, internal market information, market intelligence, market research. So there are different factors to find out external scanning. We use market information system. For internal marketing information, again, we need to use market information system. For market intelligence, etc., we have to use information system. Marketing. So summary of the chapter is market research is a key for an organization to be considered as market-led. There are various types of market research, for example, ad hoc and continuous, etc., etc. Market research can be conducted either by the organization itself or a professional market research firms. As I discussed, there are different companies, there are different organizations. They do surveys, they do market research, and they charge for that service. Then stages in the market research process includes the initial contact, the research brief, proposal, exploratory research, the main data collection phases, data analysis, and report writing, and then presentation. So these are all details we have to keep in mind when we are doing market research. We already discussed about qualitative research. What is meant by qualitative research? Qualitative research techniques basically includes the focus group, in-depth interviews, and observations. There are 4 different types of surveys: face-to-face, telephonic, email, and internet. And then we talk about the market information system, because all companies they are trying to find out, they are trying to basically to improve their information, as well as they are trying to grow their businesses. So they are focusing on information technologies to improve, to grab maximum market shares, as well as to grab the customers attentions, as well as to get to know the consumers behaviors. So this was week number 4 we have discussed. Thank you very much.